Okay, Tom, here's the other way that I set it up. A lot of the same general premise with the seat, but I take the strap that goes across the bottom of my stand, and what I want to do is I'm going to drop it in this spot right here, or actually this spot right here. Drop it right in while the stand's on the ground and run it right through the other side. So just have that run right through like that. Now I still have my 4 sets with my 8er, except I just broke them in half. I'm going to take my steps and I'm going to set the bottom tooth in the second space. I'm sorry. Right there. So the bottom tooth sets in that first space, and then up here it sets in the little V on that side. So this is my second set of 2. I just have the 8er set on there so it looks a little sloppier. So basically, again, under the rail in the first spot there, and sometimes you have to fiddle for it. So now they're set in there. Take my belt across here. I think you can see where I'm going with this. You snap the carabiner, pull the belt tight. You can get that as tight as you want it. I'm not going to worry too much about it. This might flap a little bit. That's just the 8er. I didn't have the step on there, the the pipe on there last year. Then I'm actually going to do the same thing again that I did. You have a couple options here because a lot of the space for your pack is used up. So you could fold that down. You could say it puts extra pressure on the buckle that helps tighten it down. You could just wrap this around the bottom, or you could try to do that again to create yourself a little bit of a shelf. So you have a couple options. If you're not really worried about your backpack, go ahead and strap that down. That'll be nice and tight. Because I'm always packing something in, because I don't want to be working a sweat, even if it's during the early season, I do the same thing as last time, under the bar, drop it in the last hole, snap it, pull it tight, and now what I have is a system that looks like this. And again, this is hanging in there. I wouldn't let that hang as loose. Last year, for most of the season, I did not have that piece of pipe on there. I just put it on towards the end of the season because I preferred having something for a foothold. That's an 8er for my bottom step. So now I got 4 steps. They're in there pretty tight. They're not wiggling. You can adjust this however you want. You can tighten it however you want. If you want them up higher, you can put them up higher. The higher you put it, the less this gets in the way. If you decide to flatten it out, you still have the same option as I showed earlier with the mounting system. If you are going to haul gear, drop that in there. You can wrap that around, keep your gear compacted in there, or you just pack this in however you want. But that's the other way. This way is certainly a little bit more, vertically compact, if that's something to say. You heard the noise you hear back there is either 1, the adjuster, the leveler, or 2, the pipe. But you could see this is certainly less compact than the steps. You have a little bit less space in there because it takes up, but you're getting 4 steps, an 8er, and enough room to slide a day pack in even this way. So that's the 2 ways I packed it. There's probably 2,000 more, but this is the way that worked with me. When I'm really going far, I do prefer the wider, usually the wide way, because there's more room in there. And when I'm going far, I'm not usually going through the hardwoods as much as I am on crossing fields or on big wide you know, logging trails or something like that. If I'm trying to get through the woods tighter, I might even have the M7. But the M7 like this is real compact, and you still have space in there to put a jacket and a pack. So hopefully I gave you something to think about. Thanks, Tom.